Joining us now is Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario. Thank you so much for joining the show tonight. Premier Ford, first off, your reaction to these new tariffs announced by President Trump.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, Lindsay. I was cautiously optimistic. We have to get more into the details. I was cautiously optimistic because we weren't on the list. You had the two-page list. We weren't on there. We just want to continue building a strong relationship with our closest friends and allies.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has vowed to respond with retaliatory tariffs. What might those look like?
Well, let's take a look at the complete list and really understand it. It wasn't 100% clear on the press conference when he talked about all the countries. I didn't see Canada on the list. I just want to build a strong AmCan fortress, American Canadian fortress, two strongest countries in the world, safest countries, most prosperous. That's what we would like to see, and continue on our incredible relationship over 200 years.
Senator Rand Paul, who co-sponsored a bill to essentially block President Trump's tariffs on Canada, said that he thinks tariffs on trade between U.S. and Canada will threaten America with a recession. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I agree with Senator Paul, and I appreciate his courage. I always said right from day one, a tariff on Canada is a tax on Americans. And that's as clear as day. We're so integrated, our supply chains, not just with auto, but other areas.
President Trump, as you know, referred to today as Liberation Day, the day that the American industry was reborn. But you've called it Termination Day. What did you mean by that?
Well, just similar to Senator Paul, a lot of people would lose their jobs if he inflicts a tremendous amount of tariffs on his largest customer in the world. We do more trade than Japan and South Korea, along with UK and France combined. So I've always said, Lindsay, that we're stronger together, not just economically. We share the same values. We're so integrated.
Of course, there's been ongoing uncertainty with the escalating trade war. What's it going to take, in your estimation, to create stability for consumers on both sides of the border?
Well, everyone wants certainty. The markets want certainty. Businesses want certainty. People want certainty in their lives. And until we sit down and give them certainty, the markets tumbled again today. Hopefully they'll recover if we hear more positive news. And, I always say that, when the consumers are uncertain, that affects everyone on both sides of the border. So let's bring back consumer confidence. Let's reduce inflation.
Let's just explain the backdrop there. Canada is not for sale. Can you elaborate on that for us?
Well, I think under the previous Prime Minister Trudeau, I don't think President Trump and Prime Minister Trudeau saw eye to eye on things. President Trump kept saying, become the 51st state. We'll never become the 51st state. We believe in our sovereignty. We're a very resilient country, a proud country. But most importantly, Canadians love the United States. They love America. And I know, talking to a lot of my friends down there, they feel the same way.
We're just getting clarification. I know we were talking about how we have to read a little bit more into this. The White House has specifically said that Canada is unaffected by the tariffs. Your response to that?
Well, first of all, I'm very, very grateful. And I really believe in building relationships, always communicating. That's what we've done, at least myself with Secretary Lutnick. He's a very bright business mind, along with the president. So we just look forward to a great relationship.
Lastly, what do you make of the plummeting tourism of Canadians coming to the United States in recent months?
Well, as I mentioned to Secretary Lutnick the other night, I said the difference between my great friends in the U.S., everyone seems to be going on their merry way, and there's 40 million Canadians at a fever pitch, absolute fever pitch. I've never seen patriotism like this running across our country, and I guess that's their own personal way of boycotting.
Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, we really thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your insight.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And God bless America. God bless Canada. Thank you so much.